All right, guys, welcome to tonight's call. Thank you so much for cooperating, being patient with the times change and the date change. I know this day worked best for Erin and Jessica, so I appreciate it, and I appreciate them just coming on and just sharing with us what has been working for them in their challenge groups. I talked to both of them in the past couple of weeks, and they're like, oh my gosh, my challenge groups are so awesome. And I'm like, okay, you guys need to do a team call about this because I could use some information. So I am excited about it, and I've been seeing that they talked about it on Monday, what they're going to be speaking, because I follow them on social media. So I just love it. And I absolutely loved the pictures I picked of them today for the post, because I was like, this is so their personality, and this is why I love them, because they're fun people. So I will shut up now and hand it over to Jessica and Erin.
All right, so I'm going to start us off. I stole this idea. I'm just going to be upfront. Stole this idea from another Beachbody coach who was a teacher a year ago. And this is how she ran her challenge groups. And now she's like number 15 in the marketing. I don't know. She's like number 15 in the world of coaching. So clearly what she was doing was working. And with busy teaching schedules and like Jessica's busy schedule too, running a challenge group is like one more thing. So I stole her idea. You can follow her on Instagram. I think she's like Fittish Life of Kate, I think is hers. Very down to earth, very good coach. And so she was talking about some of the things that she did with her challenge group on one of the coach calls for like Team Beachbody on Facebook. And it was super simple. And so I tried it, what was it, Jessica, like October? I think I was like, hey, I'm changing things up. I switched from the tracker to Facebook, hoping that that would kind of generate more traction and people would be more interested in what we're doing. I could post a little bit more, get to know them a little bit better, and it worked. I'm like, Jessica, we're switching things up. Like, we got to do this. And she was totally on board, which was awesome. So I'm going to give you kind of just a rundown of how we run the challenge groups. This is just like July, January, February, like any other month. And then November and December are different just because of the holidays. And we wanted to give our challengers, I don't know, like motivation and like tools in the tool belt. Because when the holidays come up, people are like, well, just wait till January. And we're like, no, you're not. So we'll talk about November separately and December, but our challenge groups, normally every day is a theme. So when it's posting time, Jessica takes a week, I take a week, and it's the same thing every single week. We just change up the posts. So Monday is Motivation Monday, and we'll put up a quote, something that's inspired us, something from our personal development, and then we have our challengers post their why, post a Bible verse that's motivating them, something from Pinterest that they're like just hanging on to for that day or just to get their week started off right. And then we've got like all these comments of women just like encouraging each other and starting the day off right. Tuesday is either Tasty Tuesday, which we share a recipe, and then they can comment in the post whether like they've got a recipe they want to share, or it's just a way for us to give them a healthier alternative to what they're normally eating. Or we do Transformation Tuesday, and we've done that. We did that in November, and like we shared our like side-by-sides or like a face-to-face Friday kind of a thing, or just like, hey, here's where I was last week and my mental state has changed this week, and here's why, and here's what happened. So it's not just physical that we're doing for the transformations, it's emotional, spiritual, whatever to them has changed. We shared that with each other. And then Wednesday is either Wisdom Wednesday, which either we just give some more motivation, something we've learned along the way. I think, was it last week or the week before, one of us had Wisdom Wednesday and shared just our journey and what it was like and where we came from and just things that we've learned along the way. And then had our challengers share, like, from the start of the challenge group to now, like, what have you learned? So that was really inspiring. I mean, as a coach too, to read these things. And Jessica, chime in. Like, you,
You're doing great.
And then Thursday's Thirsty Thursday, and we always do a gallon challenge. And that's every single Thursday. That never changes. Sometimes we add in squats, like every time they go to the bathroom, they have to do like 5 squats or something just to like mix it up a little bit. But they always know Thursdays, they just got to drink a gallon. And then we have them comment when they've got their gallon done, just to hold them accountable. And Friday we've kind of changed it up. Yeah. Fun Friday. Fun fact Friday. We've done like the flex Friday. Mm-hmm. So Jessica and I just take liberties on that day. Something that starts with an F. We just fit it in to the challenge group. And then Saturday is sum up Saturday. How did the week go? What's going well? What are we going to work on for the next week? And then Sunday is twofold. We have self-care in the morning. What are you doing today to take care of yourself? What does that look like for you? And then at noon, we post about meal prepping and like have them post their meal prepping pictures, what they're going to eat for the week, so that if they're not prepping, they at least have the plan ready to go. And then every night at the same time, we have a check-in. How was nutrition today? Did you drink your shake? How was your water intake? And then we ask like a random question about either their workout. Oh, no, we do ask about the workout, but like,
just a random fun question. Like what was your favorite dessert or your favorite treat prior to starting this journey? And how has that changed? Or what was your favorite candy as a kid, kind of thing? It's usually just something that gives us more insight of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we like GIFs.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Our children love GIFs. The minute we post them, it's like comment. But it's like your favorite TV show or how was Tuesday? And like everybody's posts are like, oh my, it's just hilarious. So we get a lot of interaction that way with like posting silly things like that. And the fun, like random questions, they just tell us so much about them. And it's just, it has nothing to do with Beachbody, as in something like not even like working out. Like it's just, what did you do over the weekend? Or how do you celebrate Christmas? I mean, it's just little things like that. Anything to add to that, Jessica, for the week?
It sounds like a lot. However, like on the Challenge Tracker app, Facebook, you can now schedule everything out. So I think Erin schedules some things out. I know I get in there at least a week or two ahead of time and I schedule out all my posts. Yep. So we usually gauge and post according to how we're feeling, even though every day is themed. Wow, I just spit all over my computer. Anyway, even though everything is themed, we still kind of play it on how we're feeling because we know eventually our challengers are going to also be feeling the same way. So if we need motivation, then we post something about motivation. If we need to see where we are at with a physical transformation, then we'll do something along the lines of that. Or if it's more mental, then we'll post along the lines of that. But I schedule it all out because Facebook now has that ability to be able to do that as long as you are an admin within the group that you have your challenge in. So it's a lot, but it really isn't a lot. I think if I sit down and schedule out posts, it maybe takes me 10, 15 minutes for a full week, and that's twice a day. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's my Saturday thing.
Yeah.
Like I just know if it's my week, I just know on Saturday I'm going to spend this amount of time and then it's done.
Yeah.
And I can just pop into Facebook that next week and I don't even have to think. I can just comment. I can check in with my challengers. They know what's going on. It just makes life so much easier to just throw everything out.
And it allows us to go live. as well by doing it within Facebook. So that's a little bit more of an interaction than what we have gained from the Challenge Tracker app.
Yeah.
So do you guys have, I have a question. Do you guys have any like
Q&A is at the end, Crystal?
I know. But I'm so curious.
Okay.
Okay, so do you guys like just come up with these posts? Like Erin, do you come up with these posts on Saturday when you're posting? Or do you guys have like a template of posts that you have used?
No. It's on the fly.
Just pull them from your butt.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I utilize Pinterest for like Motivation Monday. I pull from like some posts I've done in the past, like maybe just on like social media. I'm like, ooh, this would be a good thing to talk about for Fun Friday or Wisdom Wednesday. But I try to just come up with new content because a lot of our challengers have been in it since we started in like October, November, and they're still in the group and they're still engaged. So I don't want to give them old content. Like maybe February, March of next year. Like I can pull stuff that I've done before and they won't notice. But if I'm bored, I know that they're going to be bored.
Yeah.
So it just helps with the theme. I at least know what I'm talking about, and then I can do whatever I want, and Jessica can do whatever she wants to do with that chunk of this is what we're going to talk about. Go for it from there.
I pull a lot of quotes and stuff from Google or photos from Google. And then I'll also use a lot of the photos and stuff from Beachbody. So if like every now and again, we'll throw in something about the performance line or about Shakeology, and that helps too. And we'll just post photos from that within there. Another thing, like Erin and I are similar, but we also have very different personalities. So it's great that we alternate weeks because my challengers see her way of things and her challengers benefit from that because they're attracted to her for a reason. And then the same with my challengers. So Erin pulls a lot from the Bible, which is great because we have that whole side of things. Mm-hmm. I'm more along the side of a lot of sarcasm. And so we have that side of things. Yeah. But it works really well. And I mean, I haven't gotten bored since her and I started doing our groups together. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, and we comment on each other's challengers. I feel like her challengers are mine and vice versa, because if I can pop in on Monday and comment on everybody's and she gets to it on Tuesday, at least one of us has checked in with a challenger and no one's like left behind and there's no
less stress.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Especially if you're in a funk.
Yeah. And some days, I mean, we both comment on everybody. So they're constantly getting something from a coach, whether it's theirs or not. And they're so receptive to both of us. So to them, they're like, oh, they're just the leaders of the group. We're just happy to be here. Oh, look, they commented. And not, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
So.
And we do giveaways periodically at random. And then I think we try to meet up like a couple of weeks ahead of time before a new month starts. If we can do it a little sooner than we do. And we just FaceTime. But we had fun with November and December of this year. So I'll let Erin talk about November and what we did for Thanksgiving. And then I'll kind of go into how we set up December.
So November, this is probably when like we got together for like the first or second time after starting this. And I think it was like an hour and a half. We're like, let's do this. Let's do this. And we're like both taking notes. It was super fun. So like, that's one thing that like when Crystal's like, hey, you two could probably work together. This was what, last year, maybe when we started working together on challenge groups. It helps so much to have somebody else to rely on, to vent to like know that they're like seeing the same things in the challenge group and you can like talk about different things, bounce ideas off of, and we're both busy. So it's perfect. So find someone in the team, someone not in the team, doesn't have to be in the team, just run your groups together. It's going to help out so much. So for November, we did the same thing, took the theme for the first week of November because it was just regular November. So Monday through Friday or Saturday was the same. And then the second week we started diving into recipes and like getting them ready for traveling for the holidays. So we turned our Motivation Monday into Mashed Potato Monday, gave them different kinds of recipes. We basically pulled everything off the Beachbody blog and gave them all sorts of recipes. And then the questions that week were, what's your favorite Thanksgiving food? And from those answers later in the week, we found recipes to accommodate for like, oh, I love pecan pie. Well, then we're like, oh, okay, then we need to look for a healthier version or a slightly different alternative later in the week. Then like showed up with that. We're like, hey, you could do this instead of, X, Y, and Z. And so then Tuesday was like turkey and trimmings. We just gave them recipes. So that week we just handed them so many things that they could prepare for with food, traveling, snacks. So like one day was like just a dessert day. Like, what are your favorites? And then we shared some healthier alternatives, or like, what can you do like as you're fixing your plate, or just prep them so that when Thanksgiving week came, they were totally ready. They had recipes to choose from. They knew what to put on their plate, how much. And then we had them set goals for Thanksgiving Day and the parties and everything that they were going to do that whole entire week. So on Thanksgiving Day, we posted one time. I think we did like the sweaty selfie. You just had to show that you did your workout because it was on a Thursday. No one should have a rest day. So do your workout. And then we just reminded them, like, drink your water and, like, enjoy today. Like, you don't have to feel guilty about anything. Enjoy those fun foods that you only get, once a year probably. Don't feel guilty about your food choices. Just be aware of what you're eating. Be conscious of what you're eating. And be there because your family's there and your friends are there, and let that be the reason you're at Thanksgiving and not necessarily the food. And then the next day we came back with, what good choices did you make? What are you going to change for next year? And then we reiterated, there shouldn't be food guilt. Like, yesterday happened yesterday. Now today's another normal day. You do your workout, you drink your shake, you drink your water. It's just another day. And hopefully that left them feeling like, oh, okay, like, I'm just going to move on. And I feel like all the prep we did with the recipes, traveling, snacks, a lot of the comments we got that Friday were really positive. And a lot of them made healthy choices on their own without us even like prompting them, any extra than what we were doing in the challenge group. So I felt like that really helped. We had fun with it. They liked the new themes that we kind of threw in there. And then we did personal development with them the rest of the week, just to kind of get like their mindset in the right spot. And then we finished off November, Motivation Monday. We just went right back to how we started it and didn't change anything else. Just left those 2 weeks as something exciting and fun, different, and then right back into routine mode. So we didn't like throw them off track or anything. Then we did a giveaway at the end of the month, just for people who were on track and were participating and commenting. And then that leads us into December.
Correct. Which our groups don't always fall on the first of the month. So we usually, I want to say it's probably the second week that we end up starting for our groups. So the first week we do like 3 days of a pre-week, which we have a separate group for, that Erin just goes in and reschedules the post just in case when we get new people, that gives them a setup to know what's to come when we put them into the other challenge group. So for December, we're like, okay, well, what are we going to do? Because we got another holiday coming up. How can we make this a little bit more fun? And Erin came up with, well, we could do like a 12 days of Christmas. Okay, well, this sounds all well and fun until I made the videos for this group here, and that was not so fun. So we came up with a move. So for each day, and we're only doing the 12 days of Christmas Monday through Friday. Saturdays are still our sum up Saturdays, and Sundays are a rest day and a meal prep day. So we started off with 1 push-up, and then the second day of Christmas is 2 knee tucks. The third day of Christmas is 3 burpees, and you have to keep adding. So when you get to today, which is 4 surrenders, you're doing 1 push-up, 2 knee tucks, 3 burpees, and 4 surrenders. So what did this girl get? I got the second week, which means I'm doing the videos for the 5 days that have all the other days added to it. And in order to be able to post these videos, I have a very small time slot where I can make the videos. So I did them all at once. That was a lot of fun. But that brings us up to Christmas Day. So even if our challengers don't get their normal workout in on Christmas Day, they're still going to get a pretty darn good workout in because of the moves that we have incorporated. Mm-hmm. And we just pulled moves from, I think we ended up doing like moves from Lift 4 and 80-Day Obsession is really kind of what we pulled everything from. And it incorporates legs, arms, and abs. So, and then we just ended up doing the last week, which is New Year's Eve. We still wanted to keep along our normal theme, but we wanted to make sure that they weren't overdoing it come New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So we just reiterated the importance of trying to stay on track. And then again, I think we're going to end up doing at the very end, just reiterating that it's okay if you went a little all out. This is a new day. This is some personal development of how to retrain your brain to go back to positive thinking and not feeling the guilt of whatever you did the night before. That's kind of it. Yep. But I'm excited for December more than I think November. And I honestly think by having fun with this, it illuminates off of us, and our challengers can feel it through our comments, through our videos, through our live videos. And this month, every other week, so for 2 weeks, we're doing another drawing for our group. So it kind of gives them a little bit more of an incentive to participate, because if they're participating, they're going to get thrown into the drawing. And it's just a little gift that whether or not we have it, we just ship it to them, or we order it from Amazon and have it shipped to them. It's nothing big, but it's something that kind of, not that people need anything to show that we care, but getting a little something in the mail kind of helps every now and again as well. So, and it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
The season of giving.
I love it.
Challenger messaged me the other day, and I forgot to tell Jessica this, but she's been in my challenge group since July. Faithful challenger, posts every single day. She's running like 5Ks and training for a half marathon. And she started in July with 21 Day Fix. Like totally like transformed. And she messaged me and she goes, I wasn't going to join December. I was just going to take a break, which like when they say that, I'm like, that's okay. Like, mm-hmm. I'm just here for you. And she goes, but then you did the 12 days of Christmas. I was like, I think I'm going to stay in it. That sounded like fun. So, I mean, just bringing in new things, like she's going to stick around and do one more month with us just because we're adding extra workouts. Like, who does that? So, I mean, just throw in something different once in a while and it'll like re-engage people. And it's something different for them.
Yep. And another thing is, I think you do the same thing, Erin, is I don't require Shakeology in my groups. Mm-hmm. If my challenger is just doing a Beachbody program or they're doing a hybrid, they're running and they're doing a Beachbody program, they're in. And the reason why I do that is because everybody needs a little extra accountability, a little extra support, and maybe they just need a friend. So I just add them into the group. I mean, it is what it is. Would I love them to be doing Shakeology? Absolutely. But there's a reason why Erin and I constantly ask every single night, did you drink your shake?
Mm-hmm. Well, too, and they get into the group and they're like, oh, all these women are drinking Shakeology and I'm not. So maybe I should order some. It just gives them the idea of, ooh, okay, this is benefiting them, so it could benefit me too. So
Exactly.
I'm the same
That's
way.
what we send out for prizes. Like we'll send them a packet of
Yep.
Shakeology.
Oh, that's a good idea. And if
Yep.
you have pumpkin spice, which I still have a few of those.
Yeah, you too.
I was selfish with that.
You
The
know, it
hubby
was
and I
so
drank it
good.
all.
It was like half pumpkin spice with half cafe or vegan, and it was vegan chocolate. So it was like, chocolate pumpkin.
That
So
sounds
good.
yummy.
And then sometimes I added a little whipped cream.
Oh, yeah, guilty of that.
It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. This helped me. It got me excited to kind of like reamp my challenge groups. Do you girls have any questions for Jessica and Erin? Teresa does. I will unmute you. I'll unmute you all.
Okay, I just have a little question. I know y'all do the Facebook group. Do y'all also do anything with the Messenger? Because I know I have Messenger and Facebook group, and I know I'm quicker to respond on Messenger, but if I need to kind of cancel that for a while and just focus on the group, I just want to see what y'all's intake was on that.
Do you have your challengers within one messenger group? Is that what you do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have any of my challengers in Messenger. I message them once a week just to say, hey, how's life going? Do you need anything? But other than that, that's the only thing I do with my challengers on Messenger. And if they don't have Messenger, then they have my cell phone.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I post my cell phone at the beginning of the challenge group. It's like the welcome, whatever. And they know they can text me. And I love getting texts from them. Oh my gosh. And did you guys see my challenger that lost 72 freaking pounds over the past year? Holy crap. She I would just checked in with her because I know she's been doing 80-day obsession, and she was like, oh my gosh, look at my results. And I'm like, 72 freaking pounds. Are you kidding me? I was like, you need to fill out the Beachbody challenge form and earn yourself some money. Go buy yourself a new wardrobe. So anyways, don't forget about that too. Like you can have your challengers at the end of like the challenge groups, go fill out the Beachbody challenge form, or even fill it out once a year, you know. Maybe you can email it to all your customers and be like, hey, just wanted to give you this opportunity to win a little extra cash for Christmas, you know, if you've been sticking to those goals. So it's just an idea to throw out there. Any other questions? Thank you, ladies, for doing this call. I appreciate you guys so much.
We'll see you in March.
I know.